Hello everybody, it's Beatle Dave, not from Derbyshire today. We're in sunny Liverpool, and as you can see we are in the world famous Mathew Street. Mathew Street, home birthplace of the Beatles in many ways, isn't it? We've just been in the original Beatles shop, which was absolutely fantastic. And if you go down there, you've got some of the old sort of like Irish bars, and then behind me this way, if we go up that way, that we will be heading up towards the cavern. So if I fall over while I'm doing this, don't laugh too much, because I'm going to just keep this going while we walk up, yeah? Okay, and we will go past a few, you can't get away from it, and we'll go past a few of the Beatles haunts and stuff as we go along. The first one that we're coming up to is the Grapes, which is where the Beatles used to go and have a few pints before or after they'd been playing in the cabin, because in the 60s the cabin didn't have a liquor license, believe it or not. You could only get Coca-Cola. So this is the Grapes. The Grapes. And apparently in there is still a bit of wallpaper in the corner where the Beatles, when Pete Best was still with them, actually sat and had a couple of beers. Lovely day here in Liverpool today. This is the unique and authentic Beatles Museum, and this is actually run by Vogue Best, which is around. It is just like a Beatles themed bar. Nice cheap beer, lovely staff. So, you know, if you want a nice cheap pint when you come to Liverpool, that's probably one of the best places to go. Then we've got Eric's, coming up to Eric's, which is quite a famous music venue in Liverpool. And at one time it was actually called the Cavern Club 2, because it was actually over the road from the original Cavern Club. Lots of famous people have played here. Elvis Costello and people like that. So this is Eric's. This here is actually, this is the original doorway to the cavern. So this is the actual door where the cavern, you would have originally gone into the cavern. You go a bit further down now. So when people say you go to the cavern, it's not the original cavern. It is. It's just slightly a different angle to what it was. It's like this is where you would have gone in basically, and where you're going now, I think, is slightly extended to where it was. But the majority of the cavern is still the cavern. And then we've got a Cilla Black. Statue of Cilla Black, should I say. And then there, in the background there, that's Bon Jovi Sue. That's the missus, by the way. So we're now coming up to the site of the original cavern, but first I will just show you this one, because this wasn't here last time. One of my other favourite bands, as you know, is the Sex Pistols, and there's a nice painting of Johnny Rotten. Johnny Foppen. Like I say, that is Eric's, and they do still have music on there, contemporary music. So that is, you can like see that there's not many people out at all today in Liverpool, to be honest, although it is still early. So this is Mathew Street. So originally, when the Beatles played at the Cavern, a lot of these buildings on the sides were warehouses, fruit warehouses. Even the Cavern itself was an old fruit warehouse. So now we're coming to where the Cavern is today, which, like I say, some people say it's not really the Cavern, but it is. It's just you go in a different way. So there is the Cavern. So if you ever come to Liverpool, make sure that you do go to the Cavern. It's a fantastic place to go. They do still have live bands on. I think they're charging now to go, and I think it's £5 now to go in there, but it is well worth it. So, you know, if you're a Beatles fan, that is a must. You've got to go to the Cavern. And then across from the Cavern, you've got the Cavern Club Restaurant, which wasn't there before, and then you have got the Cavern Pub, which is there. So that's the Cavern Pub, which is also owned by the same people that own the Cavern Club, believe it or not. And then you've got one here called Sergeant Pepper's, which I think Pete Best used to have something to do with years ago. I don't know if he still does. Sergeant Pepper's. Go like that. So we're nearly at the end of Mathew Street now, and this is the Wall of Fame here. So this is a lot of people that have got things to do with Liverpool and, you know, music in general. So on the bricks you've got names carved. You've got the Kinks there. Kinks. You've got the Coasters, China Crisis, Chuck Berry, Budgie, Queen. Foremost. And then while we're there, I'll just introduce you to my old mate John Lennon, the statue of John Lennon. So this is Beatle Dave reporting for YouTube on Mathew Street on a very sunny day in March of 2022 in Liverpool. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. So I only showed you a couple of the little haunts, not gone into much detail, but at least now if you come to Liverpool, you know where they are. And there's Bon Jovi Sue. See you later, guys. Stay lucky.